The word metaverse has been thrown around a lot lately, especially since Mark Zuckerberg, the founder of Facebook, now known as Meta, had the presentation explaining in his vision what they were going to build for the metaverse. Now, the metaverse has been around for a long time. We're talking about metaverse in the Web 2.0 world. And in this video on Crypto 101, we're going to go into what does a metaverse look like moving forward in a Web 3 environment. My name is Chasse, guys. I've been in crypto for 10 years. On this channel, we go into deep dives about everything that you need to know in crypto, blockchain, NFTs, and the metaverse. This video is a part of a playlist called Crypto 101, and this is our third video in the 101 series. Make sure after you watch this video, if you haven't seen the first two, go ahead and check those out. Links will be in the description below. Now, guys, if you're excited to learn more about the metaverse, how you can profit from it, the things that you need to be aware of, and how I think it might evolve, make sure you like the video, subscribe to this channel if you're not already, and let's get into it. The simplest way to describe the metaverse is really just anything beyond reality. It's basically anything beyond what we can physically see, touch, feel, hear on our daily basis. And this is not a new phenomenon. In fact, the metaverse has existed for a long time in the Web 2 world. Look at games like Fortnite, Roblox, Second Life. People spend more time in these second realities, these digital realities, than they do in real life. And they actually care more about how cool and what their character looks like in these second realities than they do in the real world and physical reality. We are extremely early to what we can expect in the future. Many of you have seen the movie Ready Player One. And if you guys think that that type of metaverse is anywhere in the next 10 years, I think that you're mistaken. We have a long way to go before we can see that type of immersive experience. But I've spoken to a lot of people that have interacted in a metaverse environment for things like business meetings. And believe it or not, they're telling me that it makes the entire experience much more personal, tangible, and it gives an entirely different meaning to a virtual meeting rather than Zoom or Google. So we're already starting to see the effects in the business world come to fruition. A lot of times when people explain the metaverse, it's always fully immersed in a virtual world. However, again, metaverse is a broad term. There's a lot of development in the AR or augmented reality world right now where we can enhance our day-to-day lives by simply putting on a pair of glasses that have an interactive display in front of it that can help us with a lot of things. Like, for example, I am terrible with remembering names. And when I'm out at a conference or something in crypto, it would be amazing if I could wear some glasses that would just remind me, this person that comes up to me and says, "Hey, Kyle, great to see you again," who that person was, what their name was, and where I met them from. Or if I'm walking through a city and I'm trying to figure out where to go, the directions can tell me on Google Maps, whatever, just augments the reality right in front of me. Or if I'm having a meeting and the person holographically could appear in front of me. This is also a version of the metaverse. We will eventually get to a place where virtual reality becomes 99.99% realistic. So think of the implications going on a vacation. That's not affordable for most people. But if you can have a 99.99% realistic experience inside the metaverse, why wouldn't you do that, right? A lot of people would have no choice but to do that. Now, let's progress from what we've seen already to what the Web3 version of the metaverse can look like. People will spend a majority of their reality in a metaverse, and there will be jobs and economies that are created. You know, when we look at different projects that are different games that are being built in the metaverse, like Star Atlas, for example, and talking to the founder of it, telling us that one of the jobs in Star Atlas literally could be a janitor picking up trash from the spaceship floor. That is literally a job that someone can do and earn money doing it and use that to either buy other things in that metaverse or take that cash that they've earned and take it to some other metaverse and go and purchase items there or use it to sell it and actually go buy something in real life. Now, let's talk about something that's extremely important. The metaverse, and a decentralized, permissionless, open metaverse, will be a perfect place for us to experiment with new models. This is one of the things I'm the most excited about. I don't believe that the future of all of our youth's lives should lay in the hand of any type of centralized authority, because you can always have corruption whenever there's a central authority controlling everything. Like things that happen today in real life when one centralized authority has too much power. Look at these smaller countries that are just dictatorships, or things like Russia, for example, all these kinds of fascist, like horrible things that are happening. That can happen too when people get power hungry, or when they don't have a choice and are being forced by bigger corporations or companies for them to make decisions. Imagine that Meta's environment gets so big and so popular that people literally rely on it for their livelihood, and it gets put into a very dystopian type of world. One of the most powerful things that I will leave you with today is the choice that I presented to you. In a centralized metaverse, it will still be ran in the typical fashion of a corporation, where you are just a product of the thing that they're selling to advertisers and things like that, where all the revenue generation goes back to a central company that is for profit, where their obligation is to their shareholders, their stockholders. But decentralized metaverse will create token economies where 100% of the value created in that metaverse is rewarding people who are participating in helping to create, secure, and build that metaverse. Goldman Sachs predicts that the metaverse is an $8 trillion opportunity. Let that sink in for a second. That is absolutely enormous. So if $8 trillion of value is about to be created, ask yourself, do you want to be on the side where a portion of that goes back to you? Or would you rather be on the side where you're the product being sold to corporations? So ladies and gentlemen, it is very clear which side of the fence I'm on. If you are new to the channel, make sure that you watch some of my old videos, because remember, creating a token is like creating a micronation. Creating a metaverse is also like creating a micronation. It needs a viable, sustainable economy where people have aligned vision and values, all working together to create value fed back to all the members of this ecosystem.